For all the latest updates, subscribe to News 9.
Hello, welcome to News 9 Digital. I'm Jyoti Jha. In today's special, I'm going to talk to you about the controversial Netflix docu-series Bad Boy Billionaires India. So, what is this Bad Boy Billionaires all about? Let me tell you that the Netflix-based show is a documentary based on the four Indian billionaires Vijay Mallya, Subrata Roy, Nirav Modi and Ramalinga Raju. The show is described as an investigative docu-series that explores the greed, fraud and corruption that built up and ultimately brought down India's most infamous tycoons. So why is this show making so much noise? Well, isn't it obvious? When names of people like Vijay Mallya, Nirav Modi, Subrata Roy and Ramalinga Raju will be included in the show, do you think they will stay calm and not do anything about it? Of course not. Hence, Subrata Roy moved Bihar court and Ramalinga Raju moved the Hyderabad court to stop Netflix from streaming the show. But before I give you more information about the whole controversy, let me give you a brief introduction of the tycoons whose names are allegedly involved in the docu-series. Beginning with Vijay Mallya, Vijay Vittal Mallya is an Indian businessman and former member of parliament in Rajya Sabha. Once called the king of good times due to his extravagant lifestyle, Mallya and his companies have been embroiled in financial scandals and controversies since 2012. Mallya left India on 2nd March 2016 after saying he wanted to move to Britain to be closer to his children. A group of 17 Indian banks are trying to collect approximately 9,000 crore rupees in loans which Mallya has allegedly routed to gain 100% or a partial stake in about 40 companies across the world. Several agencies including the Income Tax Department and the Central Bureau of Investigation are investigating Mallya for charges including financial fraud, and the Attorney General said that Mallya's assets abroad are far in excess to loans taken by him. He is the subject of an extradition effort by the Indian government to return him from the UK to face charges of financial crimes in India. The second character that features in the series is Nirav Deepak Modi, who is a fugitive Indian businessman wanted by the Interpol and the Government of India for criminal conspiracy, criminal breach of trust, cheating and dishonesty including delivery of property, corruption, money laundering, fraud, embezzlement and breach of contract since August 2018. Modi is being investigated in a 2 billion rupees fraud case of Punjab National Bank and is also being sued in the state of California for 4.2 million rupees for defrauding Los Angeles entrepreneur Paul Alfonso over 2 custom diamond engagement rings that turned out to be the lab diamonds. In March 2018, Modi applied for bankruptcy protection in Manhattan, New York. In June 2018, Modi was reported to be in the UK and has applied for political asylum in Britain. In June 2019, Swiss authorities have frozen a total of $6 million present in Nirav Modi's Swiss bank accounts along with the assets. We also have Subrata Roy in the docu-series, who is an Indian businessman. He is the managing worker and chairman of Sahara India Parivar, an Indian conglomerate with diversified businesses and assets including Ambi Valley City and India's largest land bank spread in cities across India. On 26 February 2014, the Supreme Court of India ordered the detention of Roy for failing to appear before it in connection with legal dispute with market regulator SEBI. The top court had remanded Roy in a civil jail in 2014 over the group's failure to pay up dues estimated to be 25,781 crore rupees to SEBI. The regulator was to pay the money to the subscribers of 2 schemes of the group declared illegal by the court in 2012. SEBI has contended that the total principal with interest has now crossed 70,000 crore rupees at 15% interest on the principal amount. Roy has so far only paid 15,000 crore rupees. We also have Ramalinga Raju in the series, who is the former chairman and CEO of Satyam Computer Services from 1987 until 7 January 2009. Raju stepped down following his admission to embezzlement from the company of approximately 71.36 billion rupees, including 50.4 billion rupees of non-existent cash and bank balances. In 2015, he was convicted of corporate fraud, which led to the collapse of the Satyam computers. So what are the legal issues revolving around the docu-series? On 28 August 2020, 2 petitions were filed against the release of the documentary in the Bihar District Court. Bihar Court passed an interim stay order on the petition filed by Subrata Roy against the release of the documentary in the Netflix platform. Following the stay order by the Bihar Court, Netflix threatened to move to the Supreme Court against the court order for restraining the documentary release. Diamond merchant Mehul Choksi also filed a petition against the release of the documentary in the Delhi High Court and further filed a request demanding for the pre-screening of the documentary. Mehul Choksi filed the plea after being told that his involvement related to the Punjab National Bank scam was also covered in the documentary. However, his plea was dismissed by a single-judge panel of the Delhi High Court on 29 August 2020. On 1 September 2020, Hyderabad Civil Court restrained the release of the web series after issuing a stay order on a petition filed by Ramalinga Raju. Raju claimed that the web series documents half-truths about him and insisted that it would tarnish his reputation and privacy in an unlawful way. On 2 September 2020, the Supreme Court rejected the plea filed by Netflix and issued stay order on the release of the documentary. Even as Sahara India Parivar chief Subrata Roy and Satyam Computers founder by Raju Ramalinga Raju have managed to get an injunction on the release of Netflix's latest documentary series, former liquor baron Vijay Mallya and diamond merchant Nirav Modi, 2 others who feature in the 4-part series, will not be able to challenge the broadcast of series according to the Fugitive Economic Offenders Act 2018. Section 14 of the FEO Act says that any person or company who has been declared fugitive economic offender may be disallowed from putting forward or defending any civil claim by any court or tribunal in India. While these are the legal concerns and controversies revolving around the Netflix series, many cyber experts believe that the government should make certain guidelines for the OTT platforms, as they believe that it will start prejudicially impacting the cyber sovereignty of India as well as Indian security and integrity. With so many complications and legal issues, it will be interesting to see if Netflix India will ever get the permission to stream the show. Do you want this show to stream, or do you think that the government of India should make guidelines? Share your opinions in the comment section below. In the meantime, like, share and subscribe to News9 Digital. Thank you for watching.